The struggle to find a job is real, no matter what stage one is at in life. Today we are talking to a young man who went through that struggle, and not even once did he think of giving up. Let us find out how this young man is giving back to his community today. Hello and welcome to The Real Talk. My name is Jackie Lumbasi. Our guest is a young man who's the CEO of Ounce Coffee Training Center, RUHUMURIZA, Patrick. Patrick, did I pronounce it well?
1 ounce coffee training center.
1 ounce coffee training center.
Yes.
Thank you for sitting down with us, Patrick.
Thank you too. Happy to see you and happy to be in this interview.
It's our pleasure. Patrick, let us start this conversation by revisiting your past. Let's go back to that small village where you were born and raised. Tell us that story.
I'm born in the Kigali, Gatsata.
Oh yeah, that's not far.
It's not far. It's like
you're a Bontao, city born.
Yeah, city boy.
Very busy place. That's why we go to buy spare parts.
Yeah. Everyone knows.
Oh yeah. Yes. We all know it.
In my story, I was the last born in my family, and I was a funny boy and crazy boy, always looking for what to do and what to say. I was a business young boy in my family. Yeah.
Okay, that's very interesting. So did you come from a family that had some money? Did you go to school easily, or was it a struggle to get an education?
Yeah, I was raised by mom, Amri. It wasn't not easy to go to school, easy to, as I can call it as a normal poor family that is like go to school, get something to eat. Wasn't that easy, but I'm not complaining. That was good to find me and give me start and where to start.
It gave you the perfect training for where you are today.
It was a perfect training.
So then, how did you come from being that cheeky, stubborn child to getting to secondary, and then you started looking for a job? Because after secondary, many people go to college. You, on the other hand, were looking for a job. Why was it necessary for you to look for a job at that point?
After finishing my secondary school, it wasn't easy to find where to start, and I was looking for a job to break the chain of not going to university. I told you I'm the last one in my family, and no one went to university because of the financially. Yeah, so I wanted to break that chain, and I wanted to be at least first one to go to attend university.
Was that easy for you?
It wasn't easy because I tried my best to find a job and applied everywhere, and I was working 2 hours from. Now we're not in Gatsata. We shifted to Kawiye. I was making 2 hours walking to come to Kigali, come to the city, asking a job, knocking everywhere, every door, asking anything to do.
What kind of places were you going to? Did you go to a corporate company? What job were you looking for? Did you go to a garage because you wanted to repair cars or wash cars? Because as you've said, you are unskilled.
Yeah.
So would you just present yourself and say, give me anything? What if somebody tells you we're looking for a general manager?
I was everywhere. I was trying to knock everywhere. Restaurant, hotels, big companies, petrol stations, everywhere. But after that, I realized that it is me who can break this chain. I have everything. Everything was inside me. I decided to go to University of YouTube and University of Google to teach myself on anything that can give me a job. You get that?
It's very interesting. No, explain it to me, because we go to YouTube. Some of us go there to watch music videos. Not really. So there are those that go there to learn, but I go there for music videos, and you're saying you went there to teach yourself. So what were you teaching yourself?
After applying everywhere, no one was really want to give me a job. I I started like thinking why, because of not having skills. Yes, understandable. I was not I was not capable to do anything because I wasn't have like a career, like
no qualification.
no qualification. Then I started asking Google what kind of job that I can do in Rwanda and I can do outside the country, because I was having the dream of going to US, Canada to apply for a job. Then that's where I met barista skills, and I was like, who is a barista? Then I decided to go to town. There is one coffee shop. There was one coffee shop called Bourbon, and went to Bourbon and sit to Bourbon and asked for the waiters. I told them that I want to meet a barista. And barista came. Barista, he was telling me like I don't know how to call it. It was scaring me like, this job is a nice job, but to run it, you see that machine? There was a big machine of coffee machine. You see that machine? That machine is very expensive. To teach you to that machine, boss can dismiss me because of see you like making coffee. It is expensive machine. You cannot you cannot stand
complicated
He
things.
was trying to complicate it. And after that, I asked him that how much can cost me to run barista skills, and the barista said that it's 600, and me I was having like 500 for transport, 5 coins for transport only. But
500 francs.
But after that, I took a picture of the menu. See, they have a menu, cappuccino, latte, everything was the menu. Then from that day, I started teaching myself on how to make on YouTube, how to make cappuccino, how to make cafe latte, how to make black coffee.
2 things stand out there. First, you had a smartphone.
I had a smartphone.
You tell me how you acquired the smartphone, and you had access to internet.
Yeah.
How?
Okay. Back yes, like 2016, 2015, in the middle of the night, the MBs was free. Like, internet was free at the middle of the night.
Okay.
Yeah.
Within the city.
Within the city. So it was.
And even in your village,
Mm.
around midnight, you have access.
Yes. It is not like a village. It's not far from Kigali. It's like you know.
Yeah, anyway, it's 2 hours walking.
Yeah.
So it could be around 30, 40 minutes.
In the car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true. It's not very
So,
far.
I started teaching myself in the middle of the night on how to make those rest of the coffee that I was having the menu.
Where did you get your smartphone?
After finishing school, I had savings.
Okay.
Yes, for the small phone. I had a
Samsung.
Samsung S5. I don't know. It was like a small. I don't remember. It was a small phone, but it was a phone that's able to go to YouTube and watch. Yeah.
Okay.
So after that, I trained myself on how to make those wrists. Everything was on the menu.
The picture you took of the menu.
Yeah. After that, I decided to write a CV, but I was I was faking. I cannot call it proof. I was putting something which is not real.
Something about the coffee making.
Yes, like 2 years
Experience.
experience.
Did you mention it was YouTube experience?
No, I wanted to do whatever it takes to get
a job.
To get a job. Then I went to one coffee shop was booming. It was a Christian coffee. Actually, it was in the wrong place to ask. Because Christian coffee was promoting women, and it was like see the guy
It's a
coming
women's
to ask.
initiative.
I was in the wrong place, but I met a woman. He was recruiting the baristas to teach them. She was having the list of baristas to teach them, to give them the.
And this list had only women.
No, I didn't know.
You didn't see the
I didn't
list?
see, yeah, but
Okay.
she told me that I have a list that I'm looking for the people who are willing
To learn.
to run. So me, I came as someone who was asking a job.
You considered yourself
Yeah.
have qualified because you had been teaching yourself, so you were done with that learning process.
Yeah. And after that, she asked me a couple of questions. how to make coffee in the theory. In theory, I knew how to make the coffee in my mind. But after she decided to give me a machine to make something on the machine. Don't really forget that what I know, it's only what I saw in the YouTube.
You had never gone near a coffee making machine.
Yeah, I was always on my phone looking like how to make coffee, like.
Oh gosh! So this lady told you to go make a coffee.
Yeah. Then after I went to the machine, turn it off. With a 30-second coffee make at spoiled.
Hold on,
yeah.
Jesus.
And she.
Of course, now that showed her that you had a CV that was not a true reflection of your skills.
And she asked me like, why are you trying to lie on me that you know how to make this coffee and you don't? And from that.
No, you opened up.
I opened
you
up.
You were honest.
I was like, I'm lying to you, but the reason why I'm doing this, I'm trying to see maybe I can do. Please, if you have anything that I can do, it's okay. Even if I can be your cleaner, it's okay. And the lady, she was like emotionally attached. And she started telling me that, you see this list? It was like I was looking for one person to close the list. But I'm not going to teach you about how to make coffee, about coffee's barista. What you have now, it is enough to be a barista. So what I'm going to do for you, I'm going to recommend you somewhere as a barista. I know what you have done is enough. Others will learn it
on the job.
On the job. Then she called one boss, the owner of there was a coffee shop called Acacia Books and Coffee. Yeah, she called the boss. She was like, I have a guy here. He can make coffee, but it's not experienced. You will teach him like how to make something. And the rich was like, okay,
send him over.
Send him over. Tell the guy to come. But the coffee shop was small. It was not a big.
It was not very busy.
Yeah, it was not very busy. And I wanted to run. I wanted to go in the busy station. Then I decided to go approach one boss who had a busy station coffee shop. I approached her like asking him to give me a job of 3 months to try me, to try what I'm telling him that I was telling him that I run a barista from YouTube, but I want to
do it practically.
To do it practically, and he betted on me on that to see if I can do it by giving me a job of 3 months without getting paid. And don't forget, I was making that wrong way 2 hours.
But then you were still doing the 2-hour walk.
Yeah. Then from that time, that's when my life was changed.
Glad you're with us on The Real Talk. Now, Patrick's story could be relatable. If you were raised in a family that had many children and raising fees, I personally came from a family like that. It was not always easy to get school fees. And I, being the firstborn in a family of 5, my father lost his job when I was in class 5. And so it was not easy. Now, you could be watching us, and this story is something that you relate to. Would love to hear from you. How are you today? Where are you as we speak? And what have you done with the lessons that you learned back then? Use the hashtag #TheRealTalk. Thank you for joining us on The Real Talk. Our guest today is RUHUMURIZA Patrick. He runs a coffee training center. It's 1 ounce coffee training center, and it's such a pleasure for us to sit down with him. So Patrick, you're saying you got this 3 months to work for free, but that was also your turning point.
Yeah.
What exactly happened within that time?
During that 3 months, I met one guy. He was my customer. And I didn't know that he's a guy from the I didn't know that he's a big guy. And he asked me to...
A big guy where? In business, in media?
In the media.
Oh, in media.
He was a big guy in the media, but I didn't know that I was treating him as a customer. And then he asked me to interview me, ask me some questions. From that day, I saw myself in every platform in Rwanda. So,
interesting. Was that media person here? Was he Rwandan?
It was international.
It was international. Okay.
So many people was calling me, Patrick. We saw you on TV. We saw you in the newspaper. What is happening to you? How
did you get there?
How did you get there? From that time, I'm telling you, my life was changed because of the customer.
Let me ask. By then, had you been put on the payroll? Were you now being paid? Or you were still serving the 3 months for free?
I was still in the 3 months.
You were still in those 3 months. So after this sudden fame, were you employed by that person, or did you now move on to other things?
I moved on because I was a superstar in that
Ooh la la!
Everyone was like, come to work in my coffee shop.
You were a superstar.
I was a superstar. So that's when I break the chain.
Amazing.
Yeah. Now I'm a barista, a qualified barista.
Yeah.
But after that, I went to the many coffee shops, hotels.
You went to work
I
there.
went to work. Now I'm experienced barista. So I decided to stop working for the restaurant, hotels. I stopped that because I knew there is people who is facing the same challenge that I faced. So I wanted to pay back by giving especially youth who are facing the same challenge, giving them the tips, telling them where they can start.
Like you wanted to use your personal experience
I wanted to use my personal,
to teach other people.
There was many people who are especially youth. They think that they don't have anything. They are from secondary school. They don't have skills, but they have their phones. They have the internet. They have basic needs to run something. Not only barista. You can learn something from YouTube.
Yeah.
You can learn many things.
There are many things.
Yeah,
Yes, even sewing, tailoring, welding.
I wanted to use my experience to motivate young people, not to be not feeling scared to start something, or I wanted to motivate them. So that's why I started One Ounce Training Center.
By the time you started One Ounce Training Center, did you have a lot of money? Because imagine you've given me this story, and it took you a while to even get the first coin in your pocket for you to be paid by an employer.
Yeah.
So how then does a guy who has just started earning start spending money on other people, strangers in this case?
I had small savings. I rented the house we are sitting in. I rented a house with a sitting room, and it was enough house.
How long was it before you started renting the house then? How many months had you been paid or been working before you could afford to rent this place?
4 years.
4 years.
4 years.
All right. So yeah, so it's been some time in there. Okay, good.
4 years, and I had some small savings that
From the 4 years.
from the 4 years. I rented a house with small materials. Then I rented a coffee machine, because all what we need to start a coffee journey or barista journey is a coffee machine. And that was you remember the story, the guy who was telling me that, this machine is super
Yes.
expensive.
My boss will not allow me to train
Yeah,
you.
my boss.
But now you are able to rent the machine.
I rented machine for 1 month to try to see what I'm going to do if it is. I was even in the 50-50, maybe I can afford this 1 month, but I'm not sure for the second month if I'm going to afford. Then I decided to pay for 1 month to try. I started with 5 students. There was my neighbors.
How did you identify them?
It was during COVID.
Okay.
During COVID, people was meeting with many.
Because many was just staying around their
staying around,
community.
yeah. Then I decided to teach them for free, to try myself, and to see the journey that I'm trying to start, if it is okay, if it is possible. I trained them, and after that I helped them to find a job in the Dubai, to see, like, to have a motivation on what I'm doing. Yes, that's how I started it.
That's
One training center, but now
Yeah.
we have trained more than 300 students, baristas, and 80% of them, they have a job. And others, they have started their
80% of them.
yeah, they have a job. In that house, I'm still in that same house.
You're still in
Same house.
You're still in this same house. Yeah.
Mm.
And you train your people from here.
From here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in the future, we are planning to shift to go in the big place, with a coffee shop and training center.
So you wanted to go to university.
Mm.
Did you eventually do that?
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
You broke the
I
chain?
broke the chain, but I met with one, I call him my mentor. His name is James. He has an NGO. He helps people he pays for people to go to university. Yes, he paid for me to go to university.
Yes.
Yes, now I'm graduated.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness, that
graduated,
is
yeah.
so good.
Mm.
How about your siblings? How are they?
One of them.
What are they doing with themselves?
One of them is a barista. He's making coffee to Dubai. He's earning a good money. He's very happy.
So he's one of the people you trained,
Yeah,
eh?
he's one of the people that I trained. And also he's paying back. He's giving back to the community. He's paying for the students. You know, there is many people who are willing to run, but they don't have capacity even to pay the transport, even to pay like small thing to come to run. So he's also paying the contribution.
Yeah, he's paying back.
He's paying back.
Yeah.
So
Or paying it forward. That's good. One person benefits, then they make sure whenever they have an
Yeah.
opportunity, they pass the
actually,
same boat to someone
that's
else.
what we teach our students.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like having skills is not enough. You have a skills, yes, but don't forget where you're coming from. You're coming from the wrong journey, and there is also people wait for you to hold your hand.
Patrick, as a young man,
Mm.
you could have easily given up. You know, you've knocked on people's doors. You don't have enough education to call yourself competent and qualified.
Mm.
You could have easily resorted to drinking and smoking and pity party.
Mm.
What stopped you from doing that?
Mm.
What kept you going?
What kept me going? You know, that question, I don't know where to start.
It's a heavy one,
It's
eh?
a heavy one because I was having this heavy heart of breaking the chain of the poverty of my family. I was having this motivation inside me of becoming someone who that, like, I was having something inside me pushing me to do something to become a big person.
Something big.
Yeah.
That is what fueled you every day.
Yeah, that's what, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, how did you then start sending people to Dubai? Because you could have gone to Dubai yourself.
Mm.
Because we're told there's a lot of money to make. So how did you start sending people and never considered going there yourself?
The reason why I'm not going to Dubai, I'm not applying for Dubai to go to work from there. I know there is many coffee shop. They're looking for barista, and I'm a good barista. I can go there and work. But I want to, inside me, I want to pay back to the community because what barista skills do to me, it's amazing.
Yeah.
I want to.
You want the same to happen
I want to send
to
it
your
happen.
fellow young Rwandans.
Yes, because we have almost half of our population is the youth, and we have a big percentage of youth who doesn't have anything to do, and they want someone to talk to them, to motivate them, showing them like where to go, like telling them that you can start something from YouTube, you can motivating them, and I see myself as someone who can do that, and someone who can motivate people to do that again. So I don't see myself as a person who is working for the people from Dubai earning money. Me, what makes me happy is not earning million. What makes me happy is seeing people facing the same challenge and
overcoming those challenges.
What makes me happy is not earning money by making profit. It's seeing like young generation from secondary school or from anywhere getting a job because of what I know, because of what I have done for myself. Yeah.
But you told me that when you started off, you didn't even speak English.
Yeah, yeah. When I started, you know, I was.
So which school did you go to? Because you're speaking quite good English.
University of YouTube.
YouTube.
University of YouTube. After my shift, I was spending my time on YouTube learning how to speak English, how to communicate, how to write CV, stuff like that. And in the coffee shop you can meet. It is easy to meet people with like foreigner people coming, like like white people.
And networking, it's a very good space to network and meet people.
Yeah, yeah.
So you had to learn the language that most of the people that were coming in were speaking.
And there is many people who think that they cannot do that for themselves because they don't have people motivating them. They don't have people giving their a tangible example, and I am a tangible example. Yeah. So
the difference, though, Patrick, is that there are people who are looking for motivation, but they are actually not looking. They're waiting for it to find them. Because as you've said, you are someone that can impart certain values in someone, but they've got to find you. It cannot find us here. Your motivation will not find you sitting here doing nothing. The difference I see between you and others is that you made an effort. Yes, you knew what you wanted to do, what you wanted to become, and you took the first step. There are people that are watching us and they are in a corner, sorrowful. They've decided they will not do anything, and yet in that state, nothing is going to find them. You taught yourself skills, taught yourself a language that you knew was used by many people that you aspired to be like, and here you are today. So I think the lesson I get from you, and I hope that the viewer will as well, is that you always have to take the first step. Nobody's going to do it for you.
Exactly.
Yeah. How do you identify the people that you train? These young men and women that go through the training center. How do you spot them? Where do you find them?
In the universities and the secondary school, you know, every year they are graduating. So we go to every semester, at the end of the year, we go to universities, to secondary school, telling them about barista skills and motivating them about how they can start their life after finishing the school. Sometimes I use my story to motivate people because there is people, especially youth, they are complaining. They are in the bubble of complaining everything. Like they are complaining
and blaming everyone.
Yeah, blaming everyone, blaming the family, blaming the schools they went to, blaming the capacity.
The curriculum, our education curriculum, we blame it too.
And I use my story as a motivation to tell them, even if you think that what you have is not enough, but what you have is a good point to start. You can use like a small skills of English you have to learn something to increase your skills. You can start like you can go in any career. You can be a photographer, you can be a chef, you can be in
any field.
And if you can go in any field you want.
What made you choose coffee?
What made me choose coffee? I was looking for something to do. Honestly, I was not motivated to go to be a barista. I was just want something that I can run quick and go to work.
Back then, did you know much about coffee? Were you a coffee drinker yourself? No. Did you know the different coffee types?
No. What was in my head was making money. But after becoming a barista, now I have a love of coffee. I have a passion. I feel I cannot see myself working in other field.
In any other field.
Yeah, because coffee changed my life, and I believe coffee can change someone's
life. What sort of opportunities are there in the coffee?
Coffee, there is 1,000 opportunity. You can be a barista, you can be a roaster, you can be a trainer, you can sell coffee beans.
Can I become a farmer?
You can become a farmer. You can be a broker. You can be a storyteller about coffee, because you know in Rwanda we have a best coffee.
Yeah.
But also we need someone to tell the story.
To tell the story of this good coffee. Okay.
We have many opportunity in the coffee. So, and I see myself, because this is something that I know, and I feel that I know it. I don't know. I don't have like 100% skills, but what I know in the coffee sector can motivate someone and can change someone's life, and that's what I need.
That's what you're using.
That's what I need. I don't need to be a. I don't need to be in every sector in every career. I just want to stay in the coffee because I know this coffee can change someone's life.
It changed your life. It can change someone else's life. So over the years, you started on your own with your little money.
Yes.
But I imagine that over the years you have gotten support. If you can tell us about that, and have you participated in competitions? Have you won any awards or any grants?
Yeah, yes. After starting this 1 ounce coffee training center, the bracing was like flow, like you know, the rain. You know, when you're doing something good, also God brace you, and people also see that and they brace you with ideas, with money. Last year I went to in the competition with Chogam. There was a competition called Kigali Startup. I won the competition with 10,000 US.
Amazing.
From that money, don't forget that I was still renting the coffee machine. From that money, I bought the coffee machine, about the materials. I paid the rent for a long time.
Wow.
And half of the money I use it to buy the milk, coffee, to train those people who are willing to run but not having capacity.
Okay, yes. So not all your students pay to be taught. Some of them are sponsored by you.
Yes, some of them are sponsored by me. And after that, I went to the other competition called Watson Institute. It's a competition. Happens in Colorado, Denver, in the US, but it was online training and competition, and also won the competition.
Wow. And
again, I won the competition in there is a accelerator program in Rwanda. ESP, I don't know if you know.
ESP, no, I haven't heard.
Tourism Inc. Yeah, it's an accelerator.
That's good. Because I know there are lots of accelerator programs.
I won the competition again. Those
are 3 so far.
Yeah, and I can see myself keep winning.
Yes, winning.
Because
that's very good.
There is many people want to run How to Make Coffee, and they don't have capacity. They don't have what it takes to run. And I don't see myself in 10 years teaching only coffee barista. I'll be in the other field, connecting those people who want to become someone. For example, there is a people who are coming from school. They are looking for job for people who can motivate them in the construction field. I see myself as a 1 ounce as a training center that connect unemployed youth with opportunities, not only coffee,
but different opportunities.
Because I know what it takes to change someone's life is not money. What it takes to change someone's life is just 2 minutes of motivating, 2 minutes of talking to someone.
How can you say that so easily? And yet, whenever we talk to people about opportunities, they say, "No, don't tell us about opportunities. Give us money."
No.
How can you say that money does not change people's lives?
100 people, you need like 2 people or 5 people. No one. Like you need like few numbers of people who understand what you are telling them. You cannot be like 100 people.
you go with the willing, the ones that are willing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's not helping people. It's not only giving them money.
Give them the knowledge.
Giving them the knowledge.
Yes. As they say, teach them how to fish.
Yeah.
Don't give them the fish.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can teach them how to speak as you are
Yeah.
speaking to me. You can give them a tipsy of the books that they can read to become a journalist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
It's something like that.
You know, in this room there are a lot of tiny little bits of, what are they called? Artifacts. Are these things in use, or are they just decorative pieces?
No. Use this. This is a specialty materials we use to run coffee. How to make it a specialty.
So every one of those things has a role it plays.
Yes. Yes.
Are they expensive?
Of course, that's they're expensive because you see it's a glass. And we don't have a factory in Rwanda making this,
You bought all of this out of the country?
Out of the country, yes. And we have a coffee machine.
Yeah, you bought a coffee machine.
I bought a coffee machine, I bought this. Yes.
So it's been a good thing, eh? It's been a good journey. Eh? You're happy about where you are today, eh?
Yes, I am happy where I am, and also I'm doing whatever it takes. I'm not trying, I'm doing whatever it takes to keep going, not to stop.
I love that very much. This is the Real Talk on RTV, and I hope you are as inspired as I am. There's nothing that makes me happy like meeting a young woman, a young man, someone in their 20s that's actually doing a lot of good things. For me, in my 20s, I don't even know where to begin, but I'll not lie to you. For many of those years, I was just trying to find myself. And so it's always such an honor to sit with someone aged 28, 25, and they are firmly standing somewhere and making progress in the field that they have chosen to pursue. We're happy to have you with us on the show. Glad to have you with us on The Real Talk. And we're talking to a very inspirational young man. For us, the desire for this program is that you will be able to pick life nuggets and lessons that will propel you to go to the next level of life. Patrick is the CEO of 1 Ounce Coffee Training Center. Patrick, you have won those grants that you've told us about, but you also have gotten certification. You came from a place where all you had was a secondary school certificate. You went to YouTube and taught yourself how to make coffee. You ended up being a qualified barista. A lot of baristas have gone through your hands, but you've also been certified by Specialty Coffee Association, which you told me off air is like one of those very high recognitions. What is Specialty Coffee Association?
A Specialty Coffee Association is one of the best association. They give a training for barista, for trainers. They give like a basic and up. They give like
training.
The training in every sector of the coffee. So
where is it based?
Online.
It's online.
It's online, but also they will have one training center. Question Coffee.
Yeah.
They give those certificates.
They give those certificates. Okay.
Yes.
I read somewhere one of the many things that you have on your wall is a quote. I think this is your vision, if I'm not wrong. Create a community of capable youth who not only find work but are also capable of setting employment for others. Is this your vision?
This is my vision. This is my vision and my business vision, and I wish it could be like everyone's vision, because what we need as let me call it as Africans or as Rwandans, we need to hold others' hands. We have a very big percentage of unemployed youth, and also we have a very good percentage of people who are having something to do. So those who have something to do, what it takes to reduce our unemployment rate in Rwanda, it is you to be able to understand that you can teach people how to talk, or you can give someone tip how, that like the book that she or he can read to become better.
Yeah. So every one of us, if you have succeeded, and it doesn't have to be big success,
yes,
wherever you are, if you can just take one person by the hand, and contribute to their well-being, teach them a skill, give them knowledge. If every one of us did that, then there would be a chain of us empowering each other and making each other better.
Yes, I have, as I told you, I went through this journey. I know how to be employed, how to live the life of not earning anything.
You know it too well.
I know it, and many people know that. And what it takes to reduce this percentage in our country, it's not like opening universities, opening secondary school everywhere. It needs you to understand. Let me give you an example. If you are photographer, you see like these people,
the guys in front of us.
The guys in front of us. This is not a skill that you need to attend. Yes, it is good to attend university, but this is a skill that you can run from nowhere, from
observing someone.
From observing someone. And what it takes to change, this. I don't know how to call it. What it takes to what we need to reduce this unemployment rate. It's like having people like them, having this understanding, and having this motivation of holding someone and show them how they can hold the camera and place that button of,
Yeah.
That's all we need to reduce our employment rate in Rwanda, especially in Rwanda.
So what you're trying to say is that the solutions to our problems are right here with us.
Yes.
We are sitting on the solution.
Let me start from you.
Yes.
You can change people. You can change two people's life by telling them what to do, how to speak, by training them how to be confident, confident as you are.
The problem is that the few times I have tried to teach people, these young people seem to want money to come really fast. Because I tell you, I have a few people that I have connected to opportunities, and they come back to me 3 days later or 3 weeks and they start saying, oh, my money is still little. They've not given me an extra 10,000 that I was asking for. Or the boss is too harsh, So that's the problem I've seen with a lot of young people. They don't have that patience, but there's also this thing that I see with them, that they want things to just move according to their way. They forget that once you've entered a job, someone's employment, someone's business, there are things that you have to respect, because after all, you're no longer in your mother's living room.
Yes.
A lot of young people don't want that, unfortunately.
But what I can tell you, those I think cannot stop you to do what you have to do. If you
just force myself.
Yeah. If you can put that thing in you of changing people's life by telling them what you are doing, this will not stop you to keep trying. Yes, even if you try for one people, for second, maybe for third one,
things will be different.
Okay.
I should not give up on them.
Don't give up on them, because if you give up on them, you give up on your country.
But have you experienced that as well?
Me too.
Have you met people that you're trying to teach and they're just unteachable?
Many times, but
okay.
I never stop, because I know that there is a Patrick who is, there's someone who is facing the same challenge that I faced, who is coming to see me, maybe not today, but he will come tomorrow.
Okay.
To ask me where to start. Don't stop.
All right.
Because if you continue to do this by teaching our friends, our youth as Rwandese, this will reduce our employment rate in Rwanda, and this will will pay contribution in our economy, in everything.
I love that. Yeah.
What we are fighting for as youth is not only to feed ourselves. We are fighting for our country, to see our country in the good position, in the grow in the economy. Like we want to fight for ourselves. We are not waiting for
And build our country.
Yeah, as our president Paul Kagame was teaching us to fight for ourselves. We have the answers of the question we have. Inside. Even if I don't have the answer, you have answer for me. You can start. You can open my eyes.
That's true.
Don't stop to teach them.
Okay.
Try today and try tomorrow.
And just keep trying, until we make it.
Maybe within 10 people
we'll get one.
Out
of 10.
And one is enough.
That's true.
Yeah.
Thank you, Patrick, for that. Now let's see Patrick's 6 cues. Patrick, a few quick questions. Number one, where do you hope to see 1 ounce in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, from today, I see 1 ounce as a center of reducing unemployment rate in Rwanda by teaching, especially young people, not only coffee, anything that can give them money, can give them a way to start. I see a training center, my training center as a center of meeting those people who are in the high level with those people, like young people who want to meet those people who are high level.
Question number 2, what do you do during your free time?
My free time, as I told you that I have a university in my hand, I have a YouTube and Google, that's my university.
So that's how you spend your free time?
Yeah.
Learning on online?
Yeah, learning online.
That's not free time.
Watching the competition, watching the presenting, how you can present your business, Shark Tank, something like Shark Tank, watching the motivation from the big people, watching President Paul Kagame speaking.
And then what do you know about the coffee business today that you wish you knew 4 years ago?
In the coffee sector, there is 100 and millions opportunity. And I didn't know that coffee sector can change someone's life, but now I know. And I didn't know that in Rwanda we have a best coffee. I was like, but just barista.
Now you know.
That was just a barista. And I didn't know that this is, I don't know how to say it, like my destiny. This is something that I know, and that I'm happy to know, and I will keep running about it. And I will use this as a tool to contribute to my country, contribute to my society, and contribute also to my family.
And I guess it's bigger business, being in the business than just drinking coffee.
Yeah.
Because my contribution is drinking coffee.
But drinking coffee, you don't know that you're supporting our country because you're drinking
Rwandan
coffee. Yeah.
Okay. And what one piece of advice do you have for a youth that is struggling to find employment?
What if tomorrow never comes? You know the song?
Oh, yes.
Try today.
If tomorrow never comes.
Try today and never stop and never lose hope. And you have everyone has you have to create something inside you that push you. Maybe it can be family, can be a country, can be a future family, but don't feel less motivated because of what you're seeing
Today.
Picture
the future.
Yeah, picture the future.
What makes you happiest?
What makes me happy is waking up and someone calling me like, Patrick, today I got a job. I got a job from this coffee shop. They're going to be paying me this money. This makes me.
These are your students.
Yeah. This makes me feel happy, and this makes me feel like rich, because one of my missions is to see them not facing the same challenges I faced. Yeah. This is what makes me happy, and this is what pushes me waking up every day, teaching coffee, talking about coffee, and this is what makes me feel like people calling me coffee is okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Our guest today was the CEO of 1 Ounce Coffee Training Center, RUHUMURIZA, Patrick. What a pleasure it has been sitting down with him and hearing his story. And we do hope that, as he has said, you will stop looking just at yourself and your immediate family, we're going to think of the wider nation. Make a contribution to that one life, that one person. Thank you for watching, and may God bless you. We'll see you next week.